All right. Welcome back to Farlands or Bust. This part is for the YouTube viewers. It is February 3rd, 2025. We left off at 73,277.94 megabytes. And if you've got your woofs ready in chat for when Wolfie woofs, then I am ready to play Selected World. Woof! Finally! There it is. Let's break out of the hidey hole. Secure it. And grab that dog. And continue west. After getting some wool here. To the farlands. Here in Minecraft Beta 173. I don't really need pigs, but hello. Doesn't need pigs. Oh yeah, we hear, that's only one deep. I'm not gonna make that jump. It was tempting. We got some snow. A little dusting of snow. Oh, yep, she took a break and is now back to licking her paws. Juno is. Not too much to write home about. Yesterday we did go to the Chinese New Year festival that the city puts on. That was the first time we've done that. The dancing dragons. A lot of firecrackers. Pew 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 pew. Going? Okay. Be safe. Have fun. It is the year of the snake. Was parking hard to find? I mean, not really. I mean, a little bit. But it was, I don't think it was very crowded because of the snow and the weather. We just like parked on a side street, like a neighborhood street, like a block away. But yeah, at that point, there really wasn't much, if any, accumulation on like roads. It was mostly just on grass and stuff like that. It was a lot of little booths, a lot of people selling stickers, like, I don't know, like stickers, kind of anime, Pokemon, even though that's very Japan, isn't it? Stickers. There was a lot of like food trucks, although it was like 11 a.m. and we'd just had breakfast, so we weren't going to get any Asian delicacies. succulent Chinese meals that early in the morning. Although the neighborhood is very Vietnamese. There's a lot of pho places and that sort of stuff. There was like a fruit bus, but it was like a smoothie, but there was a banana on the side, like an anime an anime banana on the side. It is real. But yeah, they had like smoothies and other stuff. Banana bus. We didn't stick around, but they like did the whole dance thing, and then they had huge strings of firecrackers go off. But then they go from business to business and bless all the businesses. And we didn't stay, but like a lot of the businesses put like a ladder and a stick with like an offering at the end of the stick. Like one of them was like a head of lettuce, I guess, for the dragons. I don't know what the cultural tradition there is, but we didn't stick around too much for that. Them vegetarian dragons. That was neat. Something different to do. And we've also been searching for the, I know I've mentioned many times before, the monkey shines, which our city puts out little trinkets and glass art in the parks and streets and stuff for the new year with the theme. But we found diddly squat this year. There's a lot of stories of people up at 3 a.m. with flashlights searching parks and stuff for them. Which I feel is a bit against the spirit of the tradition, but who am I to judge? Although today I found a magnet that was stuck to a yield sign that was a Year of the Snake. And then when I got home and put it on our fridge, it dropped and cracked. So that was the extent of our treasure finding. I usually find just like marbles and little things like that. A bad omen. I super glued it together. We repaired the snake. Omen refunded. Super glue heals all. A worse omen was this morning before we went out to walk Juno. We took the Volvo, and on top of the Volvo, because it had been snowing and stuff, I didn't have it covered because I didn't get a chance to cover it while it was wet. But on top of the Volvo, there was, of course, branches and leaves and junk. But there was like a fuzzy thing. I'm like, is that a bird's nest? What is that? I look at it. It's a decapitated squirrel head. Well, there's your bad omen. Some sort of squirrel mafia is sending me a message. Well, that was a new one. I don't know what that was about. Some sort of hawk or bird or something got one and dropped it from the tree or something. Maybe a neighborhood cat. That's also a possibility. We do have neighborhood cats, but I don't know. Maybe I don't know that much about stray cats, but snowing out and everything. Hanging out on the car, but I hadn't driven the car in like 3 days, so it was not a warm car. And it was the top of the car too, the part that doesn't get warm. And then when we were out on the walk, because this might cancel out the squirrel head, saw a freshly dead deer on our walk amongst the trees. I was like, what is that? You know, we're looking for these hidden Chinese New Year monkey shine trinkets. Find a dead deer. How do you know it was fresh? Well, it was still all in one piece, as it like hadn't been picked apart by scavengers or anything. We think it might have gotten hit by a car, and then kind of just like struggled its way because there's a road nearby. Oh, that's a boat. It was also like dry, and it had been, like I said, snowing and everything. Anyway, we alerted the proper city park employees where it was, and they can do whatever they do. When there's dead animals. Careful, Wolfie. I mean, Juno. Whatever your name is. Get out from under there. You bean. I mean, I do call, like, Niblet Peepers and Peepers Niblet and Juno Peepers. So it gets mixed up all over the place. They don't care. That's a neat place. Oh, that's gonna be a good one. I got him mid-shake. Pigs? Do I need wood? Oh, I do. Oh, I do. Indeed. What else? You know, please stop. You just had a joyous time with your toy. Let's just leave it. What else is new or up? that. That's really about it. The girlfriend's going skiing right now. I said, have fun, be careful. A real schemans. Oh, too much wood now. Put together a green curry situation in the crock pot, in the slow cooker. All I gotta remember to do is make rice and put broccoli in so it doesn't get too soggy. The green curry situation. Magical. I mean, that is right on the 0. The chunk split. No, nobody missed the calendar flippening, because I don't have the calendar down here. That calendar has been promoted to being an upstairs calendar for us. How's the no added sugar trial going? Fine. I'm not noticing any significant difference. I did an iced tea. That I brewed without sugar, and it tastes real bad. So I've decided to put some sugar. Not as much as I normally would, like half, into my iced tea concoctions. But otherwise, it's not like a huge change. It's just like choosing not to have treats, or like not to make cookies or buy ice cream. That's kind of the main thing. Like, I already used the unsweetened almond milk. I mean, I guess I could... There is a sugar-free granola that I could buy. I've bought it before. And it tastes like tree bark. It's not great. Yeah, it's just yeah. I guess I'm not going like full on like checking all the packages to make sure there's 0 sugars altogether. You know, I'm not going crazy. Yeah, it's more about like just deciding not to have sweets and desserts. No maple syrup. I don't use maple syrup ever on anything. And as part of this no sugar thing, I'm definitely not going to be making any pancakes anytime soon. Buck, 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 buck. How are you doing, Wolfie, for health? You're doing quite well. Now that I've jinxed it, what about the carbs that turn into sugar? Well, I mean, that's the other thing. I'm not, like, not making bread and having my sandwiches on bread. But I don't think that that was the cause of any problem. And I'm not doing this for, like, dietary reasons. It's mental reasons. it's because I felt when I did have sweets and cookies or pie that I made, then I end up having pie every day, that's when my mood was affected. So yeah, like, instead of having sweets, we do have, like, oranges and apples, and I bought sweet potatoes, so I'll roast some sweet potato chunks at some point. Processed sugars, I suppose, is kind of what I'm staying away from. Dried fruit is like candy. Yeah, I used to put dried cranberries in my oatmeal in the morning. But now I buy frozen blueberries. My bloobs. When I was a kid, I used to put brown sugar in oatmeal. That's really good. And then you get to watch it melt. Good stuff. Oh, fell in there. The plus minus is our coordinates to the north and south. We're traveling west. And we're investigating anomalous anomalies that happen along the 0 coordinate on the XZ axis. For science! Previously, when we weren't tracking that sort of thing, we have gone, what was it, 80,000 blocks off the center in one direction, 60,000 in the other. So not only that, it's also making our walking a little bit more efficient. Linear, if you will. What's the F3? There it is. Last July, we pressed F3. 9,864,725. And we have walked about the same duration as the last season's non-episodic streams, according to the playlist. Obviously not counting the subathon at all. I mean, obviously. I did have somebody email me from like a UK newspaper or magazine who wanted to do an interview. But because I am the way I am, I didn't respond right away or much at all. And then I finally did respond and was like, alright, let me know, but they never got back to me, so apparently they already wrote their article about Minecraft. And don't need me anymore. Woo! That was that avoided. It was like the Sunday Times or something like that. That's another thing, like whenever it's like a foreign newspaper or magazine, I'm like, I don't know, is this some weird tabloidy crappy place that I don't want to do an interview for? Saturday Post, the Sunday Market, I don't know what, it was something like that. Careful away! I don't know if we have any UK Europeans in the chat who know. No, it wasn't the sun. But it was like a day of the week. So I think it was like the Sunday Times. The Sunday Times is a reputable paper over here. Well, I don't need their free exposure. Or perhaps he heard that I wasn't the first to walk to the farlands and went to interview somebody else instead. Ooh. Extra, read all about it. Thanks, Wolfie. Something was going on down there. I'm drowning! I'm stuck under the boat, a nightmare. Oh. Honk shoe. I guess while I'm here. Oh, what did I just do? All right. Dogs, man. Zombies. I don't know. I don't see any spawner stuff. I think that was just a random zombie. Did anybody see the new Beetlejuice movie? Is it any worth watching? I don't even know where it is to watch, so I don't know why I'm asking, but... Pew 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 pew. Haven't seen it. What we, oh, I fell in! I looked at chat and I fell in. Where's Wolfie's under the ice? Oh, Jesus. Oh, God. Everything terrible is happening. Okay, he's fine. Good Lord. Ah, that was almost a disaster for the both of us. That's what I get for looking at chat. Never look at chat. Not even once. Oh. Perfect. What I was looking at in chat was, what would you say to a person who wants to start the same challenge now? I don't know. Consult the Council of the Farlanders. I haven't any advice. I mean, I guess I could say, like, have a thing that makes you different. Consult the Farlands wiki entry to see what everybody else has done. Whether it be Farlands, Corner Farlands. What versions they were in or whatever. Perhaps you could try to be the first person to get there without dying. That one's up for grabs. Hello. I never I don't know. The community jury is still out on whether or not it's a legitimate death, because it was to a what is agreed upon to be a bug. But I've only died once at the beginning of this season for the first time and last time when Wolfie teleported into my boat. Conveniently. That was pretty funny, though. Like, I couldn't have written that any better. That was just... The jitter. No, the teleporting dog is something that happens everywhere. Regardless of how far you are from the farlands. I'm generally pretty careful about it. It was a perfect storm of events, though. My armor was low. My health was full. It was the first... We were beginning of the season. I was distracted by the journey ahead. I know, Delta Whiskey. I'm feeling an itchy trigger finger, too. How did the dog teleporting into you kill you? Well, it's a bug that I personally have documented multiple times. In various unfortunate circumstances. The UHC death was most ignominious. Ignominious. Ignoramus. Abominable snowman. Well, the Flobathons, yes, did used to correlate with, like, a charity donation goal. But lately, instead of that, we've just been doing them on a yearly basis. And those usually coincide with around the month of March, which in 2011 is when I started Farlands or Bust. So as like an anniversary thing. In the last couple of years, they've taken the form of, here on Twitch, a subathon. Fire? I don't know, is the boat collisions with wolves still a problem? I feel like that's not a bug they ever fixed. Because, I mean, even the one in UHC was a later version of Minecraft. I mean, there's an example. Wolfie broke my boat by teleporting into it. I don't know the particulars about why that bug does what that does. Apparently it is fall damage. There are no death messages in this version of the game, so we can't know. I don't know what it was in UHC, though. Again, if there was a death message. I think at that time it just... like I said, Kurt fell from a high place. You'll have to go back and check the tape. Ooh. Ooh. Yeah, other people have figured it out. Despite the fact that I've been playing this for 14 years, I've really not gone out of my way to learn anything about the game. Or any of the specific ins and outs that perhaps somebody else might have gone through the trouble to become an expert on. Devil lover! Oof. Oh. Oh. Oh, Wolfie. Let's be careful. Oh god, he's not gonna be careful. Yep, nope, didn't think so. Anybody there? Ooh, that's fine. Is Wolfie on a deathless run too? Sure. Sure he is. Oh. Oh, dang it. I don't got no blocks. Okay, yeah, according to this timeline. Was that my last bed already? Oh, time flies. Oh, during the UHC? It was Kurt J-Mac hit the ground too hard. You guys might be talking about different things. Subsponge was talking about the UHC, which was... Which one was that? UHC 4 or something like that? That's on YouTube. 5, season 5. As opposed to the Farlands or Bust. Wouldn't have had any message, because there's no messages. In this here version of the game, what is this, some sort of tube? Ooh, excuse me again. It's the lack of sugar. What is it, like... Well, the last F3 was like 79 or something %. The Farlands are at 12.5 million blocks. If you do the math, carry the 1, divide by the remainder... Only a few more years, or this year. See, that's my scam. Scam? No. Remember how I was saying, like, think of something different to do with the Farlands thing? Is that I don't look at F3. I let it be a surprise. Whereas I'm assuming the previous or other members of the Farlands Council had like F3 open and stuff. Like track. Although I don't know. All of these Would have been excellent topics and questions to ask and answer for a UK newspaper article. We here do not acknowledge any power that has been assumed by the Council of Farlanders. We do not recognize them as a sovereign entity. Entity of entities, eidolons, etc. Farlands Council, we didn't vote for them. You had F3 off for your final stream because you liked the idea. Yeah, that it's just gonna like pop up suddenly and unknowingly on the horizon. Careful, Wolf! Hey! I don't think anybody else has brought a dog along for the journey, so that is definitely something that we can claim. And also blame on how long it's taking us to get there. Marketing. True, this never claimed to be a speed run. This is a slow run. Ah, speaking of which, let's go around that. Let's do this here. Hi, Wolfie. You dingus. Hi. Good lord. A meteor. Oh, good thing I made another pickaxe. I am so smart. I am so smart. SMRT. We need beds. Floats. All right. Let's sleep and back up the world. $73,349.14 megabytes. All right, the coin flip, the digital coin flip, made it so that we're doing another segment of Farlands or Bust, picking up right where we left off on still this the same day upon which we previously played, February 3rd. It's not my fault if I have nothing to talk about during this segment. But if you've got your woofs ready. Woof! Really making us work for it, isn't he? This old bean. Alright, let's, oop, that works. Grab that dog. Ditch that garbage, and maybe go get some pigs, even though they aren't west. They're to the north, but we'll course correct afterwards. Murder. Now that's what I call pigs. Where's my... There it is. Continuing to the Farlands. I need to work on my yawning? Like, to increase my yawning? Or to vanquish it? My signature yawn? But then you'll steal my autograph. You'll sign checks in my name. Checks! Oh. They're all the way over there. So, that's fine. Nice. You wouldn't download a car. That is the joke. That is the reference I made in titling this stream. Oof. We sure are on a situation. You're gonna publish the world fires files after it's finished. No, because it's gonna be like 100 gigabytes. I mean, the F3 monuments are up. On archive.org, but I think only one person was ever interested in those. I guess I'll go around this mountain. I don't know what's happening anymore. Did he fall down that hole I just looked in? You dang noodle. Oh my gosh. This terrain is driving me crazy. Oh. If this is 14 pumpkins. 1, 2, 3, 4. 15 pumpkins. It is above the threshold that makes me take notice. Speaking of sugar and stuff, Has there been ever you ever when you have a dream where when you ever end the dream? No, you ever any of you ever get that was me as a kid, if you know. Whoa! Oh, that was scary. I don't know where that guy was coming from. Only a chicken descended from the heavens. Hello, hi, welcome to Farlands or Bust. Did you ever give up anything that led to a positive or negative effect on your life? True, true. Everybody should abandon and give up on Twitter. That's a net positive. I'm thinking I should just delete my account. Well, but then does that leave that open for somebody to steal my account? I just put it on private. Like, haven't been there in months to a year. I don't even remember when I did that. I am on Blueski, but I'm not very active on Blueski. Oh! Yoink. I'm kind of the mind of like, do we need a Twitter replacement? I mean, kind of the same thing as like when TikTok was going to shut down. Everybody swarmed to the next Chinese-owned social media network. Not that the Chinese-owned part of it is like part of the problem, but just the willingness for people to sign up for something else without any forethought. Kind of feels like that's how we got into the situation in the first place. Union Girl gave up on drinking Coke sodas, like the brand Coke, or just all sodas? Are you using the term Coke like Kleenex to describe all sodas? Yes and both. That's a good. That's a good. Yeah, that I haven't either in a long time. That was... I gave that up back before I started doing YouTube. better for your health, and you're not supporting those skeevy sugar drink companies. For your health. Ning. Oh, there he is. I saw him despawn, didn't see him respawn. Boop, 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 boop. How many blocks to reach Farland? Who killed Laura Palmer? We don't know. Because we keep that a secret. But the last time we checked our coordinates, we were about 2.5 million blocks from the Farlands. And that was back in July. Re-exploded hidey hole. Okay, let's watch where we walk. I said let's watch where we walk. I mean, I feel like I showed my face pretty early on. It was never a gag that you didn't see my face. I think it was after we raised the first charity goal. I, like, published a video. But true, in the YouTube videos, there was no face cam. That just wasn't the style at the time. I do feel like that probably was a positive for the just for the what's the word? For people who, I guess, watch and just perceive the character as being me, and, like, you know, I got a lot more fan art back then of Wolfie and this Kurt J. Mac, because it was easier to, like, almost like a VTuber or whatever to picture the characters as characters. The immersion, thank you, Subsponge. But now you got this whole mess in the corner. Kind of breaks that third wall down a bit with Twitch. I mean, also then, when I was making the episodes, I had my trusty notepad script outline of topics and things to talk about, where it was just a steady stream of podcastery stories and topics that I definitely would not be able to keep up. The pace. we would still probably not even be halfway there. Probably. Maybe? I don't know. When did we get to be halfway there? Yeah, I don't recommend those early YouTube videos. Not only was the quality not great, but I feel like I was kind of a pretty giant dork. Just like, I don't know, the jokes I made and... No, I'm just a giant nerd. Dweeb, perhaps. Yeah, I guess I was asking, was it the post-streaming era of Farlands or Bust that we reached 50%? I mean, even if I, like, published an episode every day, it wouldn't match the rate. Snarky Yellow, I did enjoy, like, the editing side of things for a while. You know, when it paid off to spend 5 hours editing and rendering a video that was 30 minutes long, because then the views and the ad revenue would make up for that, would make that a wise investment. But no longer is the case that is. I mean, we watched a video yesterday that was at like 4 million views. And this person put some effort into it. But there's a whole series of them where it's like a simulation of falling into Neptune. We watched the Uranus one, falling into Uranus. Well, all it is they just were in space engine. They just took the space engine physics, camera, and graphics, and they like had some words that they were saying over the top of it, and then when they made some sort of took different graphics for when you were like beneath the clouds, because I don't. Careful, Ove! That's a cactus, probably. Uh-oh. Is he alright? There he is. Oh, he took some damage from that cactus. You dingus. Oh, there's more cactuses over there. It's a minefield. Yeah, it's like or the BeamNG Drive channels that just have like insane crashes with trucks, BeamNG Drive, and they got like 14 million views, and all they've done is played BeamNG Drive, but there's like no commentary. It's just like it's the YouTube Shorts. style. There was one that got really popular, I don't know, probably on TikTok, and then it went otherwheres, places where it was like moon gravity, earth gravity, Jupiter gravity. It's like, all that is changing the settings in BeamNG Drive. That's all that is. It's so easy. Why I oughta... But anyway, I digress. I'd say a good 40 to 60% of Farlands or Bust is complaining about YouTube, Twitch, culture, and economy. The algorithms. You weenus. Shaking fist at Cloud. The Final Fantasy character. That's a video game reference. That's back from my days, my era of video games. Even though I got Final Fantasy VII for the PlayStation, tried to play it, but I didn't get it. So I stopped playing it. Never got past the first of 7 discs. I mean, well, that's... I didn't like the game, so I'm not going to be playing the remake. It taught me that I'm not into whatever those RPG sort of games are. Turn-based combat. Anything where little numbers are popping up above people's heads every time you do something on screen. I'm good. It was just, at the time, there was no internet, see? We basically had to go by what we read in PlayStation Magazine or whatever, Game Informer. And on the grapevine was that the Final Fantasy game was the most amazing video game ever made in the history of video games, so I had to get it for my brand new PlayStation. And then I was like, what the hell is this? I mean, I got most frustrated at walking around the map, the top-down map, and then randomly getting thrown into battles over and over and over again when I was just trying to get over there or whatever, and I'm like, that's at that point I gave up. Zombles. Careful, Wolfie. You just stay right there. I got science to do. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Oh. Cool beans. Yeah, I don't care for horror games, jump scare games. Oh. Oh, that looks deep enough. Alley-oop! I think he just spawned on the ground where I landed, underwater. Oh, I need beds. Snoring noises. Yeah, I don't like... I didn't finish that thought. I don't like the horror games, but from the perspective of, like, a YouTuber, like how streamers or YouTubers are expected to react. Like, all the fake Screamo YouTubers that got popular for playing Five Nights at Freddy's or whatever else, and, like, acting scared in the cheesiest way possible that for some reason millions and millions of people believed or were entertained by. So yeah, the few times I have played a horror game, like Amnesia or whatever else, I kind of poke fun at that anyway. Wolfie, we're running out of Wolfie treats here. You're gonna want to take it easy on the Fall damage, please. That's a big old waterfall. Oh, oh, oh. Speedrun. Ooh, excuse me. No more UHC. Again, YouTube being what it is, it's not really worth any of our times to do it in that format. But we do it. We do the charity UHCs a couple times a year, which I've had varying success, let's call them. I miss the Minecraft minigames era. I kind of do too, I guess, to a degree. I feel like after the initial what's the word I'm looking for? With most of the mini games, after like the initial like novelty factor, if you played them too much is when the threads would start to wear thin and you would start to pick up on like either bugs or cheats or like this isn't quite fair or right or whatever. So they were very limited in their staying power. we played like there was like a basketball one or something like that. I remember making basketball uniforms for everybody playing, like for their skins. How are Niblet and Peepers doing? Well, that's the first time Niblet got top billing. They're fine. I fed them when I was on my break. Niblet's still on a little low dosage of a steroid to keep him from licking all of his fur off, but seems to be doing fine. Whew. Like I don't know that it could be 100% attributed to the Minecraft mini games, but there's certainly been I don't want to call it an explosion, but an increase in I feel like in the last 10 years of those party game style, your Among Us, your Fall Guys, which was a lot of things that I feel like were, Minecraft mini games before they became their own. Or maybe they existed prior and I just wasn't paying attention. Spleef with eggs. No. I don't remember that. Ooh, a lava spawner down there. It does not look like any of the chests survived, so that's okay. You should go down to check, make sure. No, I'm good. I don't see it, so we didn't see it. What annoys me is when servers move from Java to Bedrock. Well, I'm pretty sure that was at the behest of Microsoft, because Microsoft ended up hiring a lot of those teams of mod makers and skin makers, texture pack people and stuff. All right, Wolfie, this is pretty dangerous territory here. Oh. A good tower. Woo. Well, that's a weird thing. Over yonder. Alright, we're getting further and further from the zero, but... the terrain! Let's go this way. Sorry. Ooh, goodness. Doink. Whew, excuse me again. Screw that tree in particular. Oop. What a boob. Blowy spooky noises. Speaking of trees, we still have our Christmas tree. Which, if you remember, the pictures of it is actually just a sapling. Oh, excuse me, a sapling. A very wiry sapling. So if anybody wants a sapling Doug fir tree to plant in their yard, let me know. It would help if you're in the area, obviously. No shipping. You must pick up yourself. The tree previously known as Kurt's Christmas tree. Does it come with a jeep topper? I'll supply a jeep topper, yes. Although I don't recommend you put the jeep topper on it when you plant it in the ground, for it will grow. And in 50 years, when it's 70 feet tall, you won't be able to retrieve your jeep. Aha. Elevator go up. This terrain today is trying me, and Wolfie. To get out of this forest. There we go. I didn't go down an elevator. So I couldn't say it. What else? What else is new? What have I missed? That tree is half in that wall. Weird. Very weird. I'm confused. I don't think... This doesn't seem like a chunk. It just grew around it, yeah. And that's the reason why sometimes a tree will grow and then all of a sudden the leaves will start despawning because the leaves spawned too far away from the tree. Although those don't seem to be despawning. Which is weird. Alright, Wolfie's like, we gotta get going. We got a schedule to keep. Excuse me. First time watching Flob live? Make sure to lower your standards. This ain't no expertly crafted, edited, and scripted episode, that's for sure. And let's be honest, neither were the episodes, but beside the point. Pew. Oh. Whew, excuse me. The 300s. The era of the 300s episodes. Uh oh. Wolfie? Oh no. Oh no. What happened? Oh, there he is. You nerd. Why you do such things as these? He's smiling from cheek to cheek. He knows what he did. A wise guy, eh? At least he's not on fire. True. Look at this castle. It is a castle. It's got a door on the side and everything. Well, that's weird. Ancient ruins. Oh. Oh, secret passageways. That goes way down there, doesn't it? The final resting place of the Council of Farlanders. That's where they put the sarcophaguses. The sarcophagi. The sarcophagies. Ah, Wolfie. And my last bed? That was my last bed. A double feature. Oh, now I'm at negative 60. I was going the wrong way. Bonk. All right. Oh, that was the wrong block. All right. Place that bed. Got a boat. Oh, we're probably definitely going to need an axe and a shovel. Oh. And next time, I'll complain about not having any inventory space. But until then, let's sleep and back up the world. Woof. 73,417.49 megabytes is where we leave the day.